Hey fight readers, this is Betsy Ross and welcome to Fight with Betsy Ross. If you are new to this channel, then definitely stick around and see what is up because really Fight started with a book series. It is a short book series of novella books. It is a series of books about veterans who transition out of the military, but it's written from more of a mental health perspective, like what's going inside their mind as they're coming out of the military and, basically just packing away that uniform that they've been wearing for so long. And it can get a little difficult as you're trying to transition, basically just readapting as a civilian again. It sounds silly, I know, to some. I've had some debates with some people about, well, what could be different? They're your family, they're your spouse, those are your kids. Like, why is it so difficult? You're just gonna go find a job, like it's no big deal. Well, it's a little more difficult than that. But if you have read the Fight series, and you already know there's a lot more going on. It is like multiple layers of, the personalities, the memories, the flashbacks, the nightmares, and then of course the different outlets that people choose to help overcome some of those things, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex. Let's face it, there's so many different outlets you can do. But this is why we try to encourage healthy hobbies like gardening, or maybe if you like, I don't know, there's video games. I know plenty of gamers who use Call of Duty and those other type games as their outlet, which is fine. There's just different things that we can do to help encourage people. And then there's the other side where it's the VA. VA doesn't work for everybody. So the Fight series and Fight mission are about encouraging veterans to reunite with one another, to say, who knows a vet better than a vet? We can help each other overcome obstacles. We don't just need the VA. VA is cool. VA works for many people, and then sometimes the VA doesn't work for those people. But the Fight series is more of also just spreading the awareness of why we need mental health awareness and making it okay to talk about, the things that happen, the emotions we feel. How do we learn to process it? And, people will make fun of one another about it, but really it's just, we're just human beings. Even as adults, we have very overwhelming emotions and feelings that we don't always understand. Not everyone knew that PTSD, that it could also have a delayed onset, that you don't realize, I'm fine out of the military, and then one day you just can't function. You literally can't get out of bed. You can't think straight. You don't know who you are. You look at yourself in the reflection and you don't even know. It's like an out-of-body experience, but not. It's very hard to explain. But it also affects people differently. As you know, some people use comedy as a way of trying to be normal, trying to be okay when things really aren't. So welcome to my channel, because it gets crazy, it gets very in-depth. I haven't made a video in a long time, but definitely look out for that Fight series. I am writing Fight 4 to Fight on. It is almost complete. It's over halfway done, but it's just a big, long process with it. And sorry, I'm being distracted by all my animals. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride since publishing the first book in 2017, and here we are in 2023, and Fight itself has come a long way. We've come across so many veterans, so many supporters of the military, America's military, and it's so cool to just connect with people. And I think that's the amazing thing about just life in general. You can meet people from all backgrounds, different countries, different backgrounds, even veterans from other militaries. Even though the jargon's different, the experiences, the talk, the way they represent themselves, the way they carry themselves, it's so, I just think it's awesome. And I think that's why we could really learn so much from one another. That, this is why I really encourage, don't just focus on politics and social media, because those are out there to divide people. In mental health, when you're trying to overcome something or trying to help other people overcome something, you really need to unite. And race and political debates and everything, they divide people. What side are you on? Are you a conservative? Are you Democrat? Are you black, white? Do you support China's mission or whatever they're doing? And it's like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm struggling here. I don't even know how to function right now as a human being, let alone willing to debate. And I think a lot of people just tend to follow those things because they want to ignore what's going on in their world. And fight is a punch for many people because it's raw and real. So that is my warning to you. If you are willing to read the Fight series, even though it's fiction, it is written in a realistic way where it's emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster. So check out those reviews on Amazon and see for yourself. If they are right now, the first 3 books are on Amazon, and they're each under 100 pages. Fight 4 may be a little longer. I don't know exactly how long. Maybe double that. I don't know. But definitely keep an eye out for that latest one to fight on. But this week, for sure, I am going to be out of town for Florida. Yes, come Thursday, Friday, I'll be out in Florida. So I will be hard to reach. But if you are needing help, if you are needing to talk with someone, don't feel ashamed in reaching out. Don't feel ashamed that, you're a veteran. You're supposed to be badass. You're supposed to be, some hard ass that has no feelings. What feelings, emotions? Get those off me. Give me a beer and I'm happy. And you know what? Sometimes life is just a little more than that. Can having a beer be fun? Sure. Let's do it. But let's not be alone in all of our fights. I understand. Not everyone will understand the struggles you face every day, but you're definitely not alone in it. Billions of people in this world. I'm pretty sure you're not alone. You just have to be able to ask for help or just reach out and see who you may be able to relate to. And that person may not be just down the street. They may be in a different state, different country even. But you never know. And I think that's the missing link as far as finding hope and the faith to just keep going the next day. And it's a struggle. Even those you think are just so happy that, they got the happy life. They've got the family. They got the pretty home. They've got the, just everything just seems like they're going for them. But I can assure you, they're struggling. They have their days, but every day is a fight. And we all have a fight, but we can fight together to help one another. And everything works better as a team. And especially if you've served in the military, you know very well that working together, amazing things can happen. You set your mind to it, and it will happen. And I think that's the amazing thing. If you find that support system, anything's possible. You can go back to school, change your career. Things can happen. Doors will open, and you would be amazed at what could happen in your life. But if you're struggling now and you can't find that extra step, the energy to take that next step, even half of a step, then you need to reach out, vent, talk to someone, because we're not alone. And that's kind of where I knew Fight had a purpose, even though it's not, J.K. Rowling style. It's not, #1 bookseller on Amazon or anywhere else. It's just old Betsy Ross in small town Texas, trying to help veterans communicate, trying to talk about mental health because no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about PTSD or suicide. And I focus on mainly with veterans, but I know, and mental health is not just about veterans. PTSD doesn't just affect veterans. So really anyone, even if you have never served, you don't have a family member that is a veteran, you could probably relate to the Fight series to some degree. And that's the neat thing about it. It's written in a very emotional way where you see the flashbacks, you see what's going on inside those characters' mind. Yes, it jumps around a little bit, but it gives you that more of that one-on-one with that character as far as like how are they dealing with it, what's processing in their mind. as something's going on, or the conversation that's going on. And that is the purpose that is the reason I wrote it that way. And it is definitely a one-of-a-kind book. I don't think you're going to read another one like it unless someone copies me. But check it out. Definitely let me know. I'm working on my website. I know my website's not up anymore. It's I've been trying to work on it. Hopefully I can get it updated. And I will definitely keep you updated on that. But definitely check out the Fight series. And keep fighting the fight, because we're not alone. And I know it sounds crazy and the world just looks crazy, so what's the point of moving on for? What's the point in fighting another day? I'm pretty sure you have people in your life that are really counting on you. They look up to you, everything you have done, everything you have overcome. And today could be the day that you find a new door, you step through it, and your whole world is different. But don't be afraid of change. Change can be good, but you just gotta realize, is it helping people? Is it helping you? Is it helping you mentally, emotionally, anything? If you have too much built up stress, try going outside, going for a walk, exerting actual physical energy, and you might feel better. You might see the world from a different light. Just stepping outside, breathing in fresh air, just a different environment. Because maybe it's the people you're hanging around with that's putting those voices in your head telling you that you can't do it, that you can never accomplish anything, that, you were the badass in the military or the Marines, and now you're nothing buddy. You're a nobody now. That is not true. You could help people in so many different ways, with your stories, with your background, with everything you have learned. You could step up and be a leader to someone, a mentor. There is so much you can do. I know you can, because I've seen it in other people, and I've even surprised myself in some cases. So don't give up today. Today's not the end. It may be the end of the chapter, but it's not the end. So keep fighting the fight.